Hello everyone, and in today's video we're going to be watching Brian's reaction to Genshin Bane video theory, which is his video is called How a Chess Game Revealed the Entire Story of Snezhnaya's Archon Quest. This person has posted a lot of theories. I quickly checked. Quite a lot, I would say. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, this game is insane. This game is insane. And it starts off with Brad saying 4 years ago, and then I was like, wait a second. He's not talking about the Fatui trailer. And then I did this, I'm like, oh my god, he is. Jesus Christ. I can't believe the Winter's-Night Lazo trailer is 4 years old now. It's kind of around when I started playing when I first started playing the game. Oh, fuck it out. Anyway, that's just freaking grey hairs. Psh. Anyway.
4 years ago, Genshin showed a
I'm curious. Chessboard. I mean, this chessboard has always been the conversation on of theory crafters and stuff for ever since the trailer came out, because it's like a recreation of like a famous game, a chess game, which is like where I think was that AI won for the very first time or something like that. So yeah, I mean, I don't really know too much about it except for literally I've mostly learned about that chess game through Genshin Impact. So but anyway.
4 years ago, Genshin showed a peculiar chessboard in the Winter Nights Lazo teaser. And just a couple of weeks ago, we got another one. This video is how...
Which is interesting, because the last one was Piero, it looked like Piero. I think Piero was sitting at the chessboard, right? Before, so it was a Piero versus against someone, but now it's Rhyme and the Saritsa playing against each other. Or Piero was never playing in the first place, and he was just witnessing the match. I don't know. Anyway.
A chess game revealed the entire story of Snezhnaya's Archon Quest in Genshin Impact. Let's get into it.
4 years ago, we received one of the most iconic chess games that literally exposed the entire storyline of Genshin Impact. Now with the reveal of the new Snezhnaya trailer, not only do we get to see our glorious majesty the Saritsa finally, but we also see yet another chess game. One that might have just spoiled the entire...
I guess this is a different chess game, right? This is like different, not the same one.
...story of Snezhnaya.
It seems like.
Since the Cryo Gnosis and the Geo Gnosis are the only two that are still remaining in a glowing state at the very least, I'm heavily assuming this is where we're going to figure out the contract to end all contracts, exactly what it entails for both parties, and come to the conclusion of the main storyline. Because that's what's going to be insane!
It's going to be insane,
bro. The interesting thing is there's a lot of things that don't make sense on this chessboard that even I noticed. For example, the king already being captured and the game going on. But we already know this chess game does not end in checkmate. We heard that from the Winter Nights Lazo round 1, basically, right? Round 1 chess game. But
I can literally imagine that. I can literally imagine Piero saying that line in my head. It's actually insane.
That I don't even think
his
makes
voice
much sense. Like, depending on what piece the Saritsa's Gnosis is, which maybe this video will explain. Actually, let's just get into it.
Quest. Back in 2022, when we saw Piero playing the chess game, it was discovered that the chessboard eerily resembled the world-famous chess game between Garry Kasparov and Deep Blue in 1996.
AI.
This match was so revolutionary because it was the first time an AI defeated a human in chess.
And in
1996 as well is insane. Holy.
I want to ask you something.
It's crazy how old, when you think of AI, you think of the most recent stuff that's been happening from 2020 onwards. But it's crazy to think how old AI technology actually is, where AI was able to defeat a human in chess in 1996. That's what people don't think about. It's actually how old AI actually is. It's actually insane.
For the YouTube comments that are watching this, it's actually a very important question. Do you think these crimson butterflies have any meaning being in these trailers at all for Signora?
I mean, there's no coincidences. There has to be a reason whoever's added it into the trailer, right? There's no reason they just oh fuck, a butterfly got in front of my camera, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? There is a reason they're adding it. But I do want to let everyone know, if you haven't done the Signora, it's about Signora, said the Sandrone Arlecchino Tea Party thing, make sure you do it. If not, I'm going to talk about it right now. So skip ahead a few tens of seconds. I don't know how long. But they literally talk about Odette in that, and one, how Odette worked under Rosaline, which is insane, and two, how she is the most likely to take her La Signora title. She is the one who's probably most likely to inherit it, apparently. According to Sandrone and Arlecchino, they think she will be the one to inherit her title, which, if that happens, that would be insane. Like, that's how Signora gets revived. It's not by actually Rosaline. It's not actually by Rosaline coming back to life. It's just the name gets passed down, which means Odette will probably become a Fatui Harbinger, right? Which actually, that'd be... Oh my god, even think about that. She would become a Fatui Harbinger. But I think that, like, that Tea Party, after all the other ones I've done, that one's still solid in my head, and I can't get the thoughts of it out of my head. It's just so insane to me. But yeah, anyway.
Genuine question. Don't feel like you're coping if you think it does have any meaning, or if you don't. Like, you're totally entitled to your own opinions. For me personally, I think it's far too coincidental for them to put it in both Fatui trailers for it to have no meaning at all. I really do. I think there is a good reason.
I want to type it in. I don't know how you spell her name. It's fine. I was gonna say, have you done Arlecchino's Tea Party thing? But it's fine.
For it being here.
You know what? Actually, I will. Let's see if he just responds. I don't know. He would have. I feel like that's why I was like, I'll do it. I was just write the name, the name. I'm guessing he would have done it. By the way, I'm guessing he would have done it because his chat would have told him for him to do it.
Yeah, I think there's also a reason for the blue butterflies, meaning rebirth and mourning, to be in hers and Capitano's imagery, and even other characters that have.
Interestingly, in 1996, both Kasparov and Deep Blue played 6 games, the outcomes of which almost literally
six
predicts
games.
the outcomes in every nation's Archon quest in Genshin so far. This I had
But knowing Genshin, knowing Hoyoverse, they probably obviously would have known that people would catch on, so they're probably just gonna throw a curveball. You know what I mean?
explained entirely in the
Maybe,
previous
probably
video
not.
of mine.
Okay.
But coming to the new chess game we see in the new Snezhnaya trailer, one question lingers. Does this chessboard also predict the future story of Snezhnaya?
I wonder. I'm actually curious if it actually does or not, or if it's like they're gonna throw a curveball. You know what I mean?
And if so, how?
I think it will, but I don't think it'll be what we think, and I think it will have twists and turns along the way,
Yeah.
and this will not be the end. Because if this game doesn't end in checkmate, when does it end, you know? Do we flip the chessboard upside down and it resets? Who knows? Like, we
The
just
first
don't.
Oh my god, like the Fortnite map going to chapter 2 to chapter 3. Ah! Sorry.
Game being based
Fuck.
on the match between Gary Kasparov and Deep Blue makes so much sense now, because Piero is the director of the Fatui, and it is based in Snezhnaya.
No, he is
which
playing it. He is playing it. Interesting, okay.
inspired from Russian folklore and tradition, just like Kasparov, and the recent
Oh, wow.
new revelations have hinted at the heavenly principle's true identity being that of an AI, just like Deep Blue.
Yep.
So this makes you wonder if the new chess game played between
But then if the AI won... Oh wait, that means because they have the Fatui are going against the AI, and then... But then the AI's gonna win? So, I don't know. Oh man, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know if this could, like...
in the
Even
Sarisa
predict it
and Ryan
properly.
Dotter is
Oh, so
also
see.
inspired from some famous
Ryan
real-life
Dotter.
chess game. And, well, of course, it is.
Of course it
The
is.
final layout we see of the chessboard in the trailer 100% resembles the same layout as that of a chess match in 1922 between
1922.
Alexander Alakin and Freddie Dewhurst Yates.
Yeah, I heard about this.
Now, before we get into discussing how this chess game can tell us the story of Snezhnaya's Archon quest,
So
It's
who's
interesting because as far as I could...
so who would be who is who in this? Which is the Sarita? The Sarita's white. So, okay, so is he? Okay, I don't know which one it is.
chess game can tell us the story of Snezhnaya's Archon quest, we get into this Alakin, how this chess game can tell us the story of Snezhnaya's Archon quest.
It's interesting because as far as I could understand this prior to this video, which is probably going to fill me in a little bit more...
Who won? Was it white or black who won?
Doesn't the king go on to, like, actually win the game?
The question is, why this
Interesting. So white wins.
particular
Okay.
chess match?
But also
Why
the
is
king
it so
solely
important?
does it.
Now, as we all know, the date for the release of Snezhnaya was set to be the 12th of August this year,
Jesus.
which
We all know Genshin loves their dates.
happens to be the same date on which this game was played.
How do they line it up so well? Like, it's actually insane. And keeping the 6-week cycles? Like, it's just... Like, they keep the 6-week cycles and line up everything perfectly. Like, they would have to, like... It's insane. I'm just amazed by how well they can line things up years in advance. Like, they would have lined this date up years in advance. Which is insane. Everything would have had to have gone perfectly for them to be able to do. That is insane. No delays, no nothing. Oh my god.
And interestingly enough, 1922 is also the year in which the Soviet Union was formed. This
Wow.
is such a cool
Oh.
detail and makes this
Wow,
chess game
okay, yeah,
even
wow.
more important.
Yeah.
But now onto the real.
It is.
Don't tell me the Saritsa's plan is to create the Soviet Union in Tevat, bro.
From the trailer, here are the things
Oh,
we
no.
understand.
That's
Number
crazy.
one, the game is being played between the Saritsa and, surprisingly, Rhine-Daughter,
Yeah,
quite
which is very
possibly
interesting.
representing Celestia or the Heavenly Principle.
Oh,
Have
true.
Rhindaughter's eyes always been like this? Why does she only have 3 of these little things here? Why is this one missing?
Oh,
Why is this one not
true.
there? I swear I've seen her before.
Bro, so both to represent the shades and one of them's missing? I don't know. Well, look at that. Well, we're touching cursor, mouse. Good touching cursors. I don't. Hang
And
on.
they've been there. Like, it's just been pretty much perfectly symmetrical, just this one's not filled in.
Possibly representing Celestia or the Heavenly Principles. Number 2, the Saritsa plays the white side like Alexander Alakin, and Rhine-Daughter plays the black side like Yin.
So white side wins. So this is supposed to represent the king. So you're saying this? So what if what Brad is saying is correct? This piece goes out to win the game. Interesting.
Okay.
Number 3, the Cryo and Geonosis are on the board and glowing. Meanwhile, the Animo, Electro, Hydro,
Oh, yeah, they're
and
not glowing.
Geonosis are off the board and not glowing.
I didn't even notice the not glowing thing.
Report status.
Number 4,
Bro, what does that mean? What does it mean when the other Archon Gnosis are off the board and not glowing?
Their power's being used.
Gonna get
I
another
don't know.
Archon War. Can you imagine? Zhongli and the Saritsa are the only ones left somehow. I don't think they go that far, surely. I mean, Raiden was talking about, what was that one line that she had way fucking back when? She says, like, there's still, like, a war left to fight or something. That was Yai, was it? It was Yai? She said that she'll fight the upcoming war if needed. Ah, fuck. That was Yai? It's gonna be very interesting. If there is another Archon War...
I don't think
that'd
she
be
ever did,
kinda
right?
nuts, don't you think?
the Pyronosis
Bro, that'd be
is
awesome, bro. Bro, there's so much shit that even from the past, it'd be so cool to get in cutscenes. Like imagine seeing, because this is probably where we're going to be learning a lot about the past, about the dragons, Nibelung, and stuff like that. I am hoping we get visualization on it, and if we do, imagine visualization on the Funerary War. You know how fucking insane that cutscene would be? That would probably be the best cutscene of all time if they do that. Because that'd be, bro, seeing the fight, but I guess they probably don't want to show the Heavenly Principles, but oh my god, just imagine that fight. Oh my god, it's insane.
over. to be seen.
True.
Alright. Now
True.
while the details of this chessboard are a bit shocking and
True.
alright.
Oh, the part.
Now,
True.
while the details of this chessboard are a bit shocking and confusing, let's try and break it down one by one. First of all are all the gnosis. After what feels like forever, we now have designs of every single gnosis with the reveal of the cryo, dendro, and hydro gnosis.
Can I just say as well, bro, these gnosis, they all look pretty goddamn fire. I think my favorite one is the hydro gnosis, I have to be honest. And
That
it's mainly
looks
just because
nice.
The bottom of it looks like Farina's hat, and I think that's really cool. And also
True.
the teardrop in the middle. I think the hydro gnosis is just by far one of the coolest designs. I like all
The
of them.
cryo one looks awesome as well. The cryo one does look really cool as well.
Though, to be fair. You can tell that they really started thinking about the designs a little bit more, though, after Inazuma.
True, true, bro. Oh, these. I mean, yeah.
Because goddamn, bro, goddamn.
This takes us to our evergreen speculation of which chess piece each gnosis might represent. From the Fatui Harbinger trailer's chessboard, it was speculated that the Geonosis could be representing a rook, while the Animonosis could be representing the queen piece. And now if you take a look at the new chessboard and the layout of the match between Alakeen and Yates, you can see that the Geonosis is once again in the same position as that.
But, and this
So
is
it's a
kind of what
rook?
confuses me, because it is identical, but then this is a pawn, is it not? Or is my eyesight just really bad? It's not a
I think
rook.
it is.
Oh, it is a rook? From another angle I'll see? Alright, base. No, that's fair, that's fair. My eyesight might just be really bad on this one.
Rook, is that? I can't see because of Brad's face cams in the way. But what are rooks? I forget. I think is it the no? These are bishops. Fuck, what's a rook? Wait, hold up. I need to make sure. That I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm thinking of. It's the castle piece. Oh, okay, it's the castle pieces. Okay, it's these. Interesting. Okay. So okay.
It's quite similar to the others, but that's fair.
Of a rook. So Geonosis rook confirmed.
Uh-huh.
This might
Wait, no,
also
it can't
of a
be
rook.
though. Wait, no, it can't be because there's one here, one here. Wait, did this just lie to me? Did Google just lie to me? No, but there's already two here. Oh, is this white? I can't see. It's annoying me. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me go to his video. Let me see if this is white. If that's a white rook or not. Let me see. I need to check.
Another e-scooter fire. Okay.
I need to check. It is a white rook. It is white. Okay. That makes sense. I was getting confused. I was like, wait, but there's two blacks. I was confused. I was at the back. Okay, it's the white rook. So this is the Sarita's rook. Oh, interesting. So yeah, so this is the Sarita's piece. Okay, I mean that makes sense. Yeah, okay.
So Geonosis rook confirmed.
Uh-huh.
This might also indirectly confirm the Animonosis being the queen piece, because as we can see from the board, the queen piece of the black side is not to be seen, indicating that it might indeed be the Animonosis.
Yeah.
Coming back to the layout, we can see that the Cryonosis is in the exact same position as that of the king piece.
Yeah.
Now, interestingly enough, the Cryonosis being the king makes total sense and was already hinted before.
Yeah.
If you check out the image in the Lunar Arcana card, the Emperor, it shows a chess piece sitting on a
True.
very
Oh
icy
wow.
throne.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. 2 pillows too, bro. 2 pillows. They keeping that booty
We got like this here as well.
comfortable.
Right next to 2 other chess pieces and is covered with snow and ice. This most definitely refers to the Cryo Archon, with the Cryonosis sitting atop the throne.
Ooh, look at that, dude. Right in the middle of the gnosis is a star shape. That is
Ooh.
cool. That's going to be important, I guarantee you. Good attention to detail.
Right next to what seems like a queen piece. I mean, since Arlecchino is called father, calling Saritsa the king wouldn't be too far-fetched.
True.
But a better logical explanation for the Cryonosis being a king piece would be because of the first Cryo Archon, the Beli Tsar, who was literally the
yeah.
emperor or the king who founded and ruled Snezhnaya. So the
why
Saritsa
did we
who
flip
just
it?
became the
That's
Cryo
right, I
Archon
was just
500
thinking that
years
too.
before must have clearly inherited the Belitsa's Cryonosis, which is the king piece. Coming back to the other gnosis which are lying outside the board. If you compare the chessboard and the layout, you can see that only the Cryonosis and the Geonosis is on the white side, while the other gnosis seem to have been captured from the black side.
Oh, okay.
Now this is very strange, but we'll get back to
Yeah,
it
that
very
is
soon.
interesting. Why does the Sarita only have 2 of the Gnosis while Ryan would have, or the Heavenly Principles would have all the others?
Okay.
Since the other gnosis are from the black side, if you compare the pieces on and off the board, you will notice that 2 knights, 1 queen, and 1 bishop are missing from the board, which could be the possible identities of the 4 gnosis. And like we said earlier, if the Animo-Gnosis is indeed the queen piece, then the Electro-Gnosis could be a knight piece, which is already indicated in the first chessboard when we see a knight piece take down a black pawn, which is supposedly La Signora.
Bro, if they really just make
Ah.
Senora a freaking pawn, I'ma genuinely be a little bit pissed.
Thereafter,
I feel like I guess she's like the pawn in the Sarita's plan, I guess.
leaving the
I don't know.
Hydronosis and Dendronosis
Alright.
to be a knight piece and a
And pawns are like sacrificed.
bishop piece respectively, as per our speculations long ago.
Yep.
Coming back to the part where we talked about all the gnosis except the Geo and Cryonosis
Okay.
being on the black side or the side of Celestia. In the first chessboard, we can see that both Animo and Geonosis are on the side opposite to that of the Fetuis. But in the second chessboard, the Animo-Gnosis along with the 3 other Gnosis are on the side of Celestia,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
except for the Geonosis, which is now on the side of the Fetui.
But does the side matter, or is it more so? Are they saying it's more so the like who they belong to? Because all the Gnosis are on this side, right? Or are they just saying in terms of the game and the positioning on the board?
The other Gnosis being on the side opposite to that of the Fetui and then being captured by the Saritsa goes perfectly well with what we have witnessed in the story so far.
Okay, yes.
And as for the Geonosis
okay,
being
yeah.
on the Fetui
Collecting
side
them.
now, after being on Celestia's side in the first chess game, takes us back to something Zhongli said 5 years ago.
Zhongli.
Zhongli willingly gives away his gnosis based on a contract he signed with the Saritsa.
Yeah,
A
contract, contract.
to end all
Yeah.
contracts. At first, although it was thought that Zhongli gave the gnosis in return for Signora and Child helping him in his elaborate drama of giving up control of Liyue, later he says that nothing can be equivalent in exchange to a gnosis and that whatever Saritsa used as a bargaining chip will be discovered later on our journey.
Dude, that bargaining chip has got to be humongous. I mean, look at his cockroach eyes when he sees this, bro. He means this shit. He means this shit, dude.
Now, we know why Saritsa needs the gnosis, but what Zhongli gets out of this contract will always be a mystery.
Yeah.
Especially since
No,
he
not always. I feel like we're going to discover it very soon.
said that seeing Liyue stand on his own was the best parting gift for this old god.
At Ferrero,
God
we're
damn
finding
it.
better ways.
Anyways, the Geonosis is the only gnosis which is currently supporting the Cryonosis on the same side in the chess game we see in the trailer. Now,
Yep.
comparing it with the layout, you can also see that the Geonosis is the white rook that is currently keeping the black king in check.
That's crazy, dude.
Now, to see
Oh.
how all of these chess moves apply to Genshin's story, let's take a look at the game between Alakin and Yates once more.
It does make me think Zhongli's shown up in very... I feel like Zhongli has shown up in very specific scenarios in the recent times, right? He showed up in, what, Zabai's quest? Zabai was a moon envoy who was friends with the 3 moons... Well, not friends, but knew the 3 moon sisters. Zhongli was in that quest specifically talking about the separation of oneself into technically Zabai's 3 deadly selves. Could it be something to do with that? Is that why he was there? Obviously, he had a lot more to do with that than we know from the past as well. We also know about in the past the people that he's lost along the way.
Right.
Cells. Could it be something to do with that? Is that why he was there? there, or self into technically Zabai's 3 deadly selves. Could it be something to do with that? Is that why he was there? Obviously, he had a lot more to do with that than we know from the past as well. We also know about in the past the people that he's lost along the way, the people who used to share the memories he had. Usually, they will make the event stories permanent if they're important to the ongoing lore. This stuff with Zhongli being Heaven's Star and learning about the 3 deadly selves and separating one's soul is obviously more important because it came up already with Dottore after the fact, right? It's probably going to come up again. I wonder if the contract is something to do with that soul separation or something to do with him being Heaven's Star, because that is the only things that I can now think of, to be honest.
Now, to see how all of these chess moves apply to Genshin's story, let's take a look at the game between Alakeen and Yates once more. In this game, the king piece is literally used as a fighting unit and advances halfway across the board. When normally the king piece stays at the back and often needs protection. This could be significant.
Yeah, you call it like...
I mean, in this trailer, we also see the Tsaritsa going into an attack or have a battle with Renova, right?
Right, with the rock.
Showing how the Tsaritsa, who has been carefully collecting the Gnosis,
her eyes literally have that diamond, the star shape that the Gnosis has, and it also looks like maybe a crescent moon underneath. Oh god, that's so pretty, dude.
Carefully collecting the Gnosis is now going for the attack personally, just like the king piece.
I can't wait to see her in-game model.
And interestingly,
this
was one of the most important moves in the game between Alakeen and Yates. If you see the layout, if the white rook moved instead of the white king, it would have given the black king a chance to escape. But on moving the white king to e5, the white rook kept the black king in check and the game was over because Yates was forced to resign. And this final layout of the game is what is shown in the Snezhnaya trailer.
So this is
but
a king.
What happens next is the most
So
surprising
this is that.
part.
So that black piece of the corner is Rindod as king.
The Tsaritsa still does another move and moves the white king from e5 to f5.
Wait, yeah, doesn't that just defy all logic?
And takes out one black pawn.
Oh yeah, because that means it's gonna get taken out. Ooh.
Rindaughter chuckles and calls it a good move. Now here's the more interesting part. According to the game between Alakeen and Yates, the move made by the white king to e5 was the last move and ended the game because Yates resigned.
Yeah.
But in the trailer, the Tsaritsa still played a move after the game was over. Not only that, even if the game wasn't over, the next move would have to be from the black side and not the white side.
See, this also makes sense to an extent because we already know this is not an ordinary chess game, otherwise it would be over already, right? Because a king's already been technically taken, I think, unless I'm insane. I know it's showing here, but it looked like one of the pieces on the side that on one of the sides, I can't even remember which one, had a king already gone, I think. Again, could be wrong. I'd have to go back and check it, but I'm pretty certain.
Next move.
Yeah, checkmate isn't where the game ends, so why would this be where the game ends? I guess. When does this game end? Does it end?
Checkmate's where it starts, baby.
And not the white side. So what Tsaritsa did was an out-of-turn, illegal move which could be representing her ideal of transcending the rules. And what happens next is that after the Cryonosis moved from e5 to f5, it comes face to face with the black rook.
Yeah.
And considering what we saw from the trailer,
Dude,
the black rook is fucking Renault. Oh my god, oh my god, that's so cool.
Over gonna be the rock.
the black rook that the Tsaritsa...
I cannot wait to meet Renova. Oh my god.
You know what would be really interesting if that is the case,
so cool.
dude? Because technically there would be 2 rooks on either side, right? I am wondering if that would mean that there's 2 rooks that are still on the side of, like, the big ol' HP, and then there's 2 on the opposing side, maybe. But I don't know.
Could be Renova.
I was thinking, was one of the rooks Dottore? Was one of the rooks on the side, on the Tsaritsa's side Dottore? Nah, it wouldn't.
Because then there would be
Pretty
the 4
funny.
shades, the 4 rocks.
The shade of death.
How many pawns is there on a chessboard? 2.
I'm gonna say 20? 10 on each side? I don't know. I think it's 10 squares across. No, it's 9, isn't it? It's 2, 4, 6. No, it's 8 or 10?
Many, for what I'm thinking.
It's either 60 or 20.
8 on one side.
Okay, so it's 8 across. I couldn't remember if I couldn't think about if it was 8, like the chessboard was 8 squares or 10 squares across. Okay, so it's 16.
And I was thinking of the Harbingers, like all of them, but it's still nothing would add up for that. I guess there's one missing Harbinger, but it's still nothing makes sense.
Now, why is the Tsaritsa challenging Runova, but at the same time playing a chess game with Rhine-Daughter? If you check out the scene where the Tsaritsa goes to face Runova, the swirling cubes around her spear look
Naberius.
oddly similar
Yeah.
to that of Naberius' power.
Yeah.
This might make it seem like the chess game might be some sort of a deal between Rhine-Daughter and the Tsaritsa rather than a direct conflict.
What I think this is actually meant to represent right now is the Rook, yes, being Renova, and the Tsaritsa going here to show Rhine-Daughter that this is her plan, to challenge Renova. The Tsaritsa going here to show Rhine-Daughter that this is her plan, to challenge Renova. But to do that, she needs her help, and that's what she's showing her here without outright just saying it to spoil it for the rest of us, right? I feel like that's the case. And then Rhine-Daughter's going to be
Because in this scenario, Sarita would just lose, right?
okay, I'll share the power with you so you can take her on. That's probably what it is,
Morphing time into a queen!
based on this.
Deal between Rhine-Daughter
Even though
and
it would still
Tsaritsa
lose. Anyway, it doesn't-
rather
yeah.
than a direct conflict.
Meet Jenna the
It would still
captain
lose.
with no time for fevers and fuss.
Go
Thankfully,
back-
Panadol children
Oh my
has
god.
a new
Forget it goes goes into a queen, reverses time, goes back here, takes out the knight. Oh my I don't know.
Deal between Rhine-Daughter and the Tsaritsa rather than a direct conflict. Rhine-Daughter being part
Even
of
though the king would be able to take that out anyway. I don't know. It's
the Tsaritsa
confusing me.
rather than a direct
I'm forgetting how to
conflict.
play chess.
Rhine-Daughter being part of the Hexen Circle, one of the four shades, and being one of the five sinners might have some other nefarious plot to achieve by helping the Tsaritsa get her revenge.
She's on a lot of
against the Heavenly
sides.
Principles. It could also be possible that the Tsaritsa is using the ruler of life's power to give back life to someone she dearly lost, her son or her lover. Now, one intriguing question is that suppose the Black King is indeed the Heavenly Principles, which is 100% possible by the way.
Yeah, this is the confusing thing because there is a king right here, and Hoyo, don't make mistakes like this, dude. There is a king right here, so if the Tsaritsa is also the king of this side, make that make sense. Is it a second life?
And the other major chess pieces were all gnosis captured by the Tsaritsa, then how could it be that the Black Rook is suddenly the Shade of Death? This makes you wonder what if the Black Rook is not representing Runova, but a gnosis itself. And the only gnosis missing from the chessboard is the Pyro Gnosis.
I am thinking if this is just a chess game with its own rules, yes, this could have been the Bel Yitar, and then the Gnosis took over. That could have also been the case with the other pieces, depending on when the chess game was begun, I guess. And then the Pyro Gnosis could also come in last minute to reinforce whatever the hell this grand plan actually is.
This would mean that the Pyro Gnosis would be a rook piece, like the Geonosis.
What if the Traveler's already on this board? What if the Traveler is a pawn on this board that eventually makes it to the opposite side and ascends to the throne, like is said in the profile?
Oh,
Because
wow.
although this chess game doesn't follow the conventional rules, I do feel like it follows the basic premise rules. Obviously not all of them, but it follows some. The pieces can move in a certain way, clearly. I think I said this before back in the other freaking Winter Nights Lazo trailer stuff as well, when we went through all that. I do think the Traveler is on this board somewhere, even though they're not a part of this world, they're not anchored down by Tevat's laws and fate.
Yeah, bro just goes to the end. Bro's at the beginning, goes, you just grab it and just put it to the end.
I have a feeling, dude.
That'd be funny.
The Pyro Gnosis, which supposedly disappeared in the Irminsul burning, is now with Runova.
Yeah. Imagine this, Chad. The Tsaritsa manages to somehow take on Renova. We get her as a boss fight. She quote-unquote dies. Pyronosis, she like uses it to give her like a second form, phase 2. And then
Oh,
also the
shit.
chess game, the Rook also changes to the Pyronosis. That'd be kind of lit.
Oh
The
my
thing
God.
Is, the problem is, I
That's
really
insane.
don't think there is going to
Rises
be a way
like a
to
phoenix.
conventionally defeat Renova. Other than somehow, some way doing something similar to what Capitano did and forcing her to lift the curse of immortality or merge with her or somebody else. Maybe the power of life and time is what can overcome death. But I think they all have to coexist with each other. I think she has to be devoured in some way, shape, or form.
perfect sense and
Nom, nom,
also
nom.
explains why the Tsaritsa would have to face the ruler of death to get the final gnosis, the
Oh my god, it's so cool.
Gnosis.
Yeah.
Now, as to why the Tsaritsa needs a gnosis is something we knew all along. To revive the third descender, who is probably the one who is being cut out from the photo by Ronova over here. But what we couldn't predict is that the Tsaritsa
I'm telling you, bro, this kid, Piero.
had a son who has characteristics
Oh,
of
no.
both the Tsaritsa and the stellar features of the stellar linchpin, which we know is related to the third descender.
The dad, Dainsleaf.
But what's entirely strange about this chess
Jesus
game
Christ.
is that
That'd be
even
so
though the
funny, bro.
diagnosis is mostly
Oh
a
my
king piece,
God.
which we've
I mean, what Brad was saying about her eyes, I mean, she has the diamond in her eyes like the star in her eyes like the Khanrians do. So I don't know.
found by comparing it with the layout of the real-life game between Alekin and Yates, there is another king piece outside the chessboard. What's even more strange is that if you count the total number of chess pieces, it comes to 17 on each side instead
I didn't actually see this.
of 16. Now this is kind of confusing because it would mean that there are either two kings on the white side or that the Tsaritsa, true to her name, is actually the queen piece. But if you watch the full footage of the match between Alekin and Yates once again, you can see that midway through the game, the white queen gets captured by the black queen, who in turn gets captured by the white rook, who goes on to check the black king. So in a way, I think this might be more symbolic than we think.
Wait, so that would mean... Because the white rook is Zhongli, technically, right?
Queen, and you can see that midway through the game, the white queen gets captured by the black queen,
Which would mean that technically Signora would have been captured... I mean, not Signora. The Tsaritsa would have been captured by somebody else.
who in turn gets captured by the white
Zhongli would have then gone to take over or, like, capture whoever they... Oh, yeah, I don't know about that one.
rook, who goes on to check the black king. So in a way, I think this might be more symbolic than we think.
Black rook. No, he's the white rook because he's checkmating the black... Or he's checking the black king.
The
Well,
white
is it-
king
okay,
outside
yeah.
the board might be representing the Belitsar monarch Snezhnaya, who always opposed the heavenly principles but fell in the cataclysm. This view of the Belitsar is carried forward by the next cryo archon, the Tsaritsa, who opposes and challenges the heavenly principles, just like he did, thereby representing a king chess
She looks
piece,
very concerned
carrying
there.
out the unfinished goals.
I think it'd be really awesome, dude, if this entire chess game started off as a normal chess game with all the pieces, and then it just went on for way longer. Checkmate didn't matter, and they just continued going, and all of the Archons just used to be pawns, and they all just ascended by reaching the other end of the chessboard, and that's what keeps happening.
Of the previous
But I
king
don't think it lines up with the amount of pawns that are actually on the chessboard.
chess piece, who is now currently outside the board.
It absolutely
Because as
wouldn't.
Piero
I don't
once
think.
mentioned, checkmate is not where the game ends.
Exactly.
Even after one king piece was captured, another king
Which is
piece
interesting.
came to replace its position and carry out the same goal.
Yeah.
Now before ending the video, if you take a look at the chess pieces or the other gnosis that were captured by the Tsaritsa and is off the board, you can see that the Animo gnosis is lying down, and so is the Hydro gnosis, whereas the Dendro and the Electro gnosis
Do you all think this could be foreshadowing that the Animo
Ooh.
seat, you know, like for Focalor died and passed on the powers to Nuvi and stuff, but the actual throne,
Yeah.
the Hydro
Yeah,
clone,
it's
the
destroyed.
seat is destroyed. Do you all think
Yeah.
it could be foreshadowing that the same thing is going to happen to the Animal one?
Ooh.
Maybe because of something Easteroth does, quite possibly. I don't think it means that Venti's going to die necessarily. But we did get some artifact information about the nameless bard and Easteroth that it did make me curious about.
Oh,
all this
really?
stuff. It'd be very interesting, especially if Easteroth is playing a part in all this alongside Niberius, because it looks like on the Tsaritsa's weapon, it looks like Easteroth's bracelet is on the top of it. So I am very
are
curious.
standing upright. The fallen down
Bracelet is on the top of it, so I am very
are
curious.
standing upright. The fallen down Hydronosis could be signifying how the Hydro Archon has left its throne or sacrificed herself, and the fallen down Animo Gnosis could be signifying how the Tsaritsa had severed all ties with the Animo Archon 500 years ago.
Oh,
Oh, I guess actually that's also true.
And like we had discussed before, Archon 500 years ago.
Oh, I guess actually that's also true.
And like we had discussed before, the Pyronosis, which we thought had disappeared after the Irminsul's burning, might just be lying there in plain sight, with Pronova the shade of death. And that, guys, is how another chess game might have completely predicted the entire storyline of Snezhnaya's Archon
My
quest.
God, oh no. Oh. Game
God
of it.
damn!
Alright.
Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and
Crazy,
subscribe
dude.
if you enjoyed the
Crazy.
video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Bye bye. That was a very good video, dude. I do have one
Interesting,
more
bro.
thing that I wanted to say about this. Ryandotter has to be able to get something out of this. Ryandotter is not the type of person to do something.
Oh yeah, she did have 4. Whoa, yeah, look at that. No, she had 6. She had 6 dashes. And all of them, unless it's just a design change? I don't know. Interesting.
That will just help everybody else and not her. What could Ryandotter get out of helping the Saritsa here fully? She's got to believe in the grand plan of everything. She wants to overthrow the rules for sure. She might see this as the final opportunity.
I mean, she's already, a sitter, a mage, and a shade, a sitter, and a mage, so... I'm not surprised if she wants more.
Need to be able to actually do it. I'm curious what a demerging would look like. How would you share the powers? Maybe the Saritsa's like, okay, you can just use alchemy here, fine, go ahead. And then she could just alchemize something. The Saritsa would have to break her own rules to allow herself to ascend and break every other rule. I think that'd make a lot of sense.
Man, this is kind of wild. This is kind of wild. I mean, if everyone did enjoy it, you should like and subscribe if you haven't. Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, let me know what your guys' thoughts are. I cannot wait for Snezhnaya. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I cannot wait for it. I'm curious how it's going to go. I'm curious to see, like, I'm just so excited to meet everyone. Oh, it's going to be so good. But yeah, guess we'll see you in the next one. Peace.